There's this particular celebrity gone that is in Qatar right now. Eniola and Iyabo Ojo's daughter, they are currently in Qatar. You can go and watch their video to see how they are dressed. They are wearing even Eniola, right, is putting on these bomb shorts. A guy putting on nika in Qatar. So that's for you to know how free Qatar is. It is not all this belief that we are believing that you have to wear hijab, you have to dress in a certain way. If it is Saudi Arabia, yes, Saudi Arabia used to do like that. You have to dress in a certain way. But Qatar no send your papa. You can dress anyhow you like. And even in Qatar, there's churches in Qatar. You will see normal church, you will see school. Their own is normal life. They are not all this extreme Arab country. Because I know that, like in my last video, somebody was saying all this Arab country. Please make your research. Not be all Arab country. Be Arab country. Qatar is different from it. And then another thing about Qatar is, and that's what I'm trying to work on, there are some companies in Canada, in US, in this thing, that they do direct recruitment for people with Qatar experience. I hope you understand that. But then I can't do that one first before, at least I have to have Qatar clients first. For example, in nurses now, in like I've explained before, in Canada, for example, if you want to move to Canada as a nurse, if you're moving to, for example, if you're a Nigerian nurse, I want to move to Canada from Nigeria, you write your IELTS, you write your NCLEX exam and this thing. But then if you're actually working in Qatar as a nurse, if you want to move to Canada, you are not writing IELTS. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like Qatar actually collaborate with these top countries, right? And they have all these bridging programs that they can never ever do waiver from you if you are from Nigeria or Africa. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you going to Qatar or working in Qatar, it is not a waste at all. If you see Nigeria experience, Qatar na international experience is not this thing. And any experience you get there, you know, say this one are 100% legit and everything. It show as in it clear. So guys, welcome back again. This window has closed again. Welcome back again to another video you guys are not expecting. Permit me to maintain some freshness. Thank you very much. So it is official, sort of like I've actually launched. I've actually launched my recruitment agency in Qatar. But the thing is, it's not a physical launch in physical office. You know those type of money that is involved. Your baby girl cannot afford it now. But I do have a physical office in Nigeria, in Ibadan. I've told people before, that physical office is my house. But then if you have to come see me in physical, you have to pay. Why is this hair behaving like winch? Sorry guys. You know you have to maintain freshness. Yes, you get. So you can actually come see me in physical in my office in Ibadan, that like in my house. So if you come in as a single person, you pay 70k. If you come in as a family or anything, you pay 150k. Sorry, 120k. Single person 70k. Married people, every family, you actually pay 120k. So it is not free to see me in physical because you actually come to my house. I'm using my office space, my house as office, because the thing is, if you have office here in Nigeria, how much the tax you have to be paying levy. Once they see your signboard like this, you pay this one levy. Can you call it? I beg. I know they do. So my house is actually my office, and before you actually come to my space or intrude my privacy, you have to pay for it. So for Qatar, I don't have a physical office yet, or even a house there yet, because you know it's like a business plan and all of that. There's a lot of capital, so that's what I'm doing online, like for now. So once I'm able to save up enough figures, I will chest them. So this is me saying I have launched my Qatar recruitment agency. I don't know which one will come first, but yeah, okay, yeah. So this is me saying, so the thing is, in as much as I know a whole lot of you are expecting better country like work visa for these top countries or anything, but the thing is, I'll not lie to you, I've made my extensive research, I've ransacked the whole internet. There are a lot of packages there, but the thing is, I do not trust these packages. That's why you see me when I come and talk about work visa, and I make a video that I am canceling it, because I used to say one thing, that anything I cannot risk my money for or anything, I cannot collect somebody's money. So the ones that I am sure of, that if somebody come and drag me online that I did visa for them, it did not come out, that's the one that I'm talking with. See, and I know that nobody can actually come because I am sure of my work. But you see other ones here, I am not sure of it at all, and I don't want to gamble with somebody's money. But the thing is, I try to negotiate no deposit, and they know. So even if I actually want to do gamble to see if this package is true or not, at least money should not be involved. But they insist that you have to make deposits, and deposit not be small money like that. I work visa now, deposit like 6 million. They don't use that kind of money play gamble. So I won't say because of my own gain I should come here and come and post something I'm not sure, and then at the long run somebody will start dragging. I don't want to issue public apology that, and guys, you can, so he pay me. So you see this Qatar will make I just stay there. Even if you are going to call me trenches, this it's better for me to be a local recruitment agent inside a country like Qatar, and my work is going. People are seeing the job, they are seeing their visa. That will they give me peace of mind. Then I should say I'm doing this one work visa, and then they are dragging me left, right, and center. So for now, I don't know in future I can actually get to, but for now I don't know. So this, if you're actually watching me, I know so one reason that actually make me to actually worked on this Qatar recruitment agency, like to have my own agency, right, is because you know that most issue that people actually have in these countries, all these countries, is and if you are from Nigeria, it's already a red flag. If you are from this thing, so the thing is, Qatar is like serving like a bridge between Nigeria and all these advanced countries. Like you can make, like I've said, you can make your research about Qatar, read more about it and everything. It's not as bad as we all think. Okay, Arab countries. There are some Arab countries that I will not talk about. Maybe like Oman, maybe like there are some extreme Arab country, but Qatar is not an extreme Arab country. Even if there is this particular celebrity gone that is in Qatar right now, Eniola and Iyabo's daughter, they are currently in Qatar. You can go watch their video to see how they are dressed. They are wearing, even Eniola, right, is putting on these bomb shorts. A guy putting on nika in Qatar. So that's for you to know how free Qatar is. It is not all this belief that we are believing that you have to wear hijab, you have to dress in a certain way. If it is Saudi Arabia, yes, Saudi Arabia used to do like that. So you have to dress in a certain way. But Qatar no saying your papa. You can dress anyhow you like, right? But then at least you dress like somebody that is responsible, and of course you dress according to where you are going. For example, you can't be going to office now, you be putting on short sneakers, something you can't try in Nigeria. But this is me telling you that Qatar is not strict with their law like in other countries. And you all know that Qatar is like number one, yes, I've been number one safest country everywhere, like in the whole world. Yes, they not born you where may you commit crime there. They not even born you. And you see all those UK and this thing is number one safest country, especially for women. You will hardly hear any case. Like you can leave your wife at home and go as you like. Unlike in Nigeria, go they say, "Ah, she baba BC one let's go." Qatar is extremely very safe. Is a country that you can actually move in to actually start your life, and let me say, well, before you actually move to any of this advanced country. And like I've told you guys before that left to me, Qatar is a very good country, but the only disadvantage, I will not lie for you people, the only disadvantage about Qatar is because they don't offer permanent residency. Like even if you work for years, you just be renewing your visa, they don't offer permanent residency like these countries. That is the only advantage. In fact, if you know anybody that has been to Qatar before, worked in Qatar, ask them, why did you leave Qatar? The only reason they will tell you is because they do not offer permanent residency. Whether it's comfort or whether it's this one or everything is top notch. And even in Qatar, there's churches in Qatar. You will see normal church, you will see school. Their own is normal life. They are not all this extreme Arab country, because I know that, like in my last video, somebody was saying all this Arab country. Please make your research. Not be all Arab country, be Arab country. Qatar is different from it. Please, that's why I say make your own personal research. And if you go online, if you go on YouTube, there are so many YouTubers that they're actually living in Qatar and they make YouTube videos. Just type it online, YouTubers living in Qatar, abi Nigerians in Qatar. They make vlog. They do like how the life is, how this thing. So it's not an essay. If it's Saudi Arabia now, that that one I know say now one lonely place, you and your life. So there is growth, there is life, there is everything in Qatar. The only thing I do not like Qatar for is the fact that they do not offer foreigners permanent residency. That is the only thing, and that is it, Toshna. So if you know you don't mind, at least, or you can move to Qatar, at least you would not say you don't come on Nigeria, you can use that one to save up, or just have Qatar experience. And have I told you that in the outside world, maybe for Europe, for Canada, for this thing, once you have Qatar experience, it makes it very easy for you to get jobs in other countries, because you've left that Nigerian experience, you now have an international experience. And then another thing about Qatar is, and that's what I'm trying to work on, there are some companies in Canada, in US, in this thing, that they do direct recruitment for people with Qatar experience. I hope you understand that. But then I can't do that one first before, at least I have to have Qatar clients first. For example, in nurses now, in like I've explained before, in Canada, for example, if you want to move to Canada as a nurse, if you're moving to, for example, if you're a Nigerian nurse, I want to move to Canada from Nigeria, you write your IELTS, you write your NCLEX exam and this thing. But then if you're actually working in Qatar as a nurse, if you want to move to Canada, you are not writing IELTS. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like Qatar actually collaborate with these top countries, right? And they have all these bridging programs that they can never ever do waiver from you if you're from Nigeria or Africa. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you going to Qatar or working in Qatar, it is not a waste at all. If you see Nigerian experience, Qatar experience, Qatar na international experience is not this thing. And then any experience you get there, you know, say this one are 100% legit and everything. So like I said, I have a recruitment agency in Qatar now, and I'm actually working on the international one, that once you have experience in Qatar and you spent like maybe 1 year or 2 years, then in your field, there are recruitment agencies in these top countries that they'll just do automatic recruitment from those places to Canada, to US, and all of that. I hope so. That one is easier for you to migrate legitly with work visa than staying inside Nigeria and sending CV up and down using CV experience. Because the thing is, once they see that you what's it called, you're sending CV and there's Nigeria there, they'll start running it. You see how they are disgracing us up and down. Nigerians are clinical, Nigerians are this thing. So just try and remove that Nigeria from your CV, like shift. At least let your experience be reading like Qatar. Let it be reading international wise experience. That one, it will make the employer know that you've come out this in your own sense. Like, let them see it in that light. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So you just make, this is not me saying employment agencies abroad, they don't accept Nigerian certification and everything. They do, but there's this kind of stigma that they actually attach to the Nigerian. I'm sure that you guys heard recently of UK actually banning some Nigerian nurses from the register. That is a particular place they went to write the exam, that it was compromised and all of it. See, as a Nigerian in Nigeria with Nigeria qualification, there are so many stray bullets wey just dey meet us. You go just do on your own. You not do anything, you just do on your own. Stray bullet go just meet you. They ban Nigerians. Qatar ban Nigerians. You dey Nigeria, never go Qatar, but they ban all of us. UK say Nigerians should not come. You never even apply for UK study visa. They don't ban you. This for clinical, any Nigerian stray bullet, it just they meet you. So you can try make that effort and take a step further and move to another country like Qatar and have their experience, after qualification, after their certification, then you can proceed to other top countries as well. Because like I said, I've made all the research that I know. There are a lot of work visa aside Poland in Europe. There are a lot of work visa that is existing, but after further search and everything, I am not sure these work visas truly actually exist. I am not sure they could exist, but I am not sure, right? So and I won't bring to you what I do not trust. So the only work permit I trust only is Poland, and then this Qatar. So anyone that is left for you, you can do. But why I don't really like that Poland is because they are just unskilled jobs, only unskilled jobs. But for this Qatar, all jobs is available, from skills to semi-skills to under skills to anything. And then another thing I make sure for in my recruitment agency is that accommodation comes with all my packages and that they are family favorable. Well, depending on the job you're looking at, if you're going to Qatar as a cleaner, sorry, you cannot go with your family, because obviously the accommodation they will give you is just for you and your colleague. You can't go with your family. But if you have extra money, you can actually take accommodation for your family. And then there are some of my jobs, like if I get a job for it, that actually comes with accommodation and flight, like nurses. Recruitment for nurses comes with accommodation and flight, no pricing. So there are some that, but accommodation is like a default. There are some that doesn't come with accommodation, but I try as much to get accommodation. At least you go use that one set, and this accommodation is going to run throughout the duration of your contract. At least that way, you know, you're not stranded, you're not spending extra, you're able to save money. The only money you will spend is profiting. And there are some of my jobs as well that actually comes with transportation, but that one is variable depending on your luck. You can't tell me, please, I need a job that comes with transportation. I cannot assure that. Depending on the job, depending on the employer, depending this thing. But one thing I know for sure is all my jobs comes with accommodation. That one is default, like default setting. Yeah, the thing is that people even actually have to pay more for that one, but it's default setting. But flights and transportation, they are variable depending on the job, depending on the distance. And the thing is, you can't tell me to actually give you a job that comes with flight when you are not qualified for it. So in this my recruitment agency job, I don't want them to buy me. I don't really do bad things like that. For example, for now, the job that I have that actually comes with flight is nursing jobs. So imagine somebody working as a receptionist in Nigeria, and I say, because of flight, let me give you nursing job. You know, it's not possible. So I'm going to give you job according to your CV. It is your CV I'm going to use to give you job. There's no abracadabra anywhere, because I don't want them to ban my company where I never established finish. So it is according to your CV I'm going to give you the job. But I'm saying for nurses, accommodation and flight is automatic for them. No pricing, no anything. But for other ones, you see accommodation. Some may see accommodation too is all my jobs accommodation. But then you see transport, you see flight, it is variable. You can see, you cannot see. So prepare yourself for your flight ticket. But then if it comes with your job, God have helped you. But I am not the only people that they can hold me and say, Ashidemi, you said this, is nurses. Their own is coming with accommodation and flight. But for the rest of you, you will see accommodation but flight. It may not. There is no distance for that, depending on the job and this thing. So like I said, if you need many jobs, the package for many jobs is 3.2 million naira. Yeah, 3.2 million naira. And if you want all these advanced jobs like supervisor, manager, you know, these highly skilled jobs, manager, all these jobs that is in level of manager, the package is 4.2 million. But I think 4.2 million is without accommodation, but with accommodation, that is 5 million naira. Yeah, 5 million naira. 5 million naira for skilled job, then 3.2 for unskilled job. But then for my nurses, I made a video for nurses. I'll put in the link in my description box. Nurses recruitment is 2.6 million naira. Yeah, that's the cheapest. For nurses with accommodation and flights, their own is 2.6 million naira. Yeah. But then for non-nurses, that is many jobs, total package is 3.2 million with accommodation. And then for advanced jobs like manager, supervisor, and all of that, total package is 5 million naira, and it comes with accommodation as well. Then can you go with family? I've actually explained, depending on the job. For nurses, you can go with your family, but then you have to pay. If you go and watch the video, I shall explain for nurses. You have to pay extra if you're going with your family. For nurses, I've explained to them. But if you are a non-nurse, yeah, if you're a non-nurse and you actually want to go with your family, depending on your job, if you're doing many jobs, no, you can't. If you're doing all these skilled jobs, you can actually go with your family, but not immediately. So you have to go first. Whether you are doing many job, whether you are doing highly skilled job, aside nurses, yes, you can go with all this package. You can go with your family, but not immediately. So yeah, there is one. If you want to go with your family in 1 month, after 1 month, or if you want to go with your family after like 9 months, yes. But it is not a job that is available. So and then another alternative is, maybe if you want to go with your job family, maybe you have to that person too has to apply for a job like that, yes, you can actually go with your family, but not immediately. Yeah. Or if you want to go, yes, you have to do like 1 year, 1 month before you actually apply for your family. And then in that field, you have to be the one to provide accommodation and all of those things for them. So you can actually go first. Once you settle, then apply for them to come after a residence permit. And in all of those things, is something my agency will actually be guiding you through. So if you know you're interested, and the thing is, even if you are in Qatar already and you find yourself, maybe they've won you street, they give you one visa, maybe you went with IR card, and then you need work or anything, I can help you with job as well. So if you find yourself that you're already in Qatar and you actually need job, your fee is just 1.2 million naira. Yes, it is just 1.2 million naira to get you a job with accommodation if you are already in Qatar, regardless of the visa. No, if you are in if you are with IR card, that one of tourist visa, getting you a job is 3.2 million naira. But then if you are in Qatar already, if you're actually in Qatar already, and then you have if you're already in Qatar already and you have like a working visa, but there is no valid job, your fee will be 1.2 million naira. So if you're in Qatar with tourist visa, getting you a job is 3.2 million naira. But if you're in Qatar with work visa, your fee is 1.2 million naira. So finding yourself in Qatar, depending on if you have tourist visa or if you actually have visit visa. Tourist visa slash, I don't like this discussion. Tourist visa slash visit visa. Okay. So that brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye for now.